I think she's probably been put in there because, according to Donald Trump, she's a 10.
Which, by the way, how annoying is The View getting? God, they're insufferable, that lot, aren't they? It's just a side effect.
The lights dim on the glitzy set of The View, the chatter of the iconic hosts filling the room. But there's a storm brewing beyond the confines of their famed couch, and it's one that has the entertainment world talking. Elon Musk, the tech tycoon and polarizing figure of our time, has found himself in the crosshairs of daytime TV's most outspoken personalities. And let's just say Musk isn't the kind of guy to take a jab lying down.
Now, here's some news for you. The former First Lady has been noticeably absent on her husband's campaign.
It all started when The View's hosts, never ones to shy away from controversy, decided to wade into the deep waters of Musk's growing influence in politics. With the South African-born billionaire now a key figure in the new presidential administration thanks to his Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE, initiative, he's become the subject of heated debates everywhere. And The View, they went all in. From snarky comments about his performative budget cuts to questioning his very presence in the Oval Office, the co-hosts pulled zero punches. Whoopi Goldberg even went as far as to remind Musk during a recent episode, "Nobody elected you." Her statement was met with thunderous applause from the audience, cementing the public's awareness of the brewing feud.
The problem is that this wasn't the guy to fix anything. This is the guy that is the king of breaking things, as we can see.
Yeah. Well, Congresswoman, Elon Musk and Doge, the team, have been infiltrating and dismantling federal agencies. He says he's rooting out waste, fraud, and abuse, all while gaining access to some of our most sensitive data. So you sit on the Doge subcommittee, run by Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene.
But it didn't stop there. The View's Joy Behar chimed in with her trademark sarcasm, mocking the Tesla and SpaceX CEOs' efforts to reduce government spending. "He's cutting programs left and right," Behar quipped. But maybe he should start with those defense contracts that keep him rolling in billions. The conversation quickly spiraled into a broader critique of Musk's role in shaping national policy, with co-host Alyssa Griffin speculating that President Trump might just be using Musk as a scapegoat. "When people get upset about their favorite programs disappearing," Griffin said, "Trump will just point the finger at Elon." The tension between the hosts and Musk reached a fever pitch when Sarah Haynes admitted, somewhat begrudgingly, that she found herself agreeing with none other than Steve Bannon, Trump's former chief strategist, who had recently called Musk a parasitic, illegal immigrant. Haynes echoed Bannon's populist critique, saying, "We're seeing cuts that are going to hurt everyday Americans while the wealthiest get more breaks." The segment took on a life of its own as the co-hosts dissected Musk's every move, painting a picture of a man out of touch with the values and traditions of the country where he's made his fortune.
Interestingly enough, you know, there was the court filing that came out, or there was the order that came out from Judge Chutkan yesterday, right? And one of the things that the White House and the DOJ is currently saying is that, oh, Elon has no power. Elon isn't doing that.
But if there's one thing we know about Elon Musk, it's that he doesn't take criticism lightly. Shortly after The View aired its latest takedown, Musk fired back on social media. In the kind of cutting, succinct style that has made his online presence both infamous and unmissable, Musk posted, "The ladies of The View are great talkers, but what have they actually accomplished? I'll wait." The tweet was liked and shared by millions, sparking an avalanche of responses both for and against Musk. His supporters rallied behind him, accusing The View of resorting to cheap shots and sensationalism. Meanwhile, critics of Musk pointed out that his dismissive attitude only added fuel to the fire.
When it comes to questions about who is the administrator of Doge, actually, do you believe that's an important question to have the answer to?
No, the issue is not who is technically the administrator, who has the title. Elon Musk is clearly running the show, the wealthiest person in the world, who has enormous conflicts of interests, who is helping to fund right-wing extremist organizations all over the world.
And oh, did the fire rage on. The View hosts, unbothered by Musk's digital clapback, doubled down during their next episode. Whoopi Goldberg, her tone dripping with disdain, responded directly to Musk's tweet. "We talk Elon because it's our job, but as far as accomplishments go, let's just say we don't need billions of government dollars to make a difference." The audience roared its approval and social media lit up once again. It was clear that this wasn't just a passing spat, it was a full-blown feud, playing out in real time for the world to see.
The country is moving very rapidly under Trump into an authoritarian form of society. You know, the founding fathers, way back in the 70s, these were nobody's fools. And what they had fought the King of England, an autocrat, had all the power, and they said, you know what? We don't want that in the new country. We're going to set up 3 separate equal branches of government. And every kid in the 6th grade knows who they are.
As the conflict escalated, Musk seemed determined to up the ante. Insiders close to the billionaire hinted that he was considering drastic measures to silence his critics. And while Musk didn't directly name The View, there were whispers that his influence could potentially spell trouble for the long-running show. After all, Musk isn't just any celebrity, his reach extends far beyond the tech world. With his acquisition of X, formerly Twitter, and his role as a major government contractor, Musk holds significant power. The speculation grew louder. Could Musk, in his quest for revenge, actually orchestrate the closure of The View?
Let me say someplace that could really use a lot of cutting. Elon has very many, what do you call it?
Government contracts?
Yeah. I think, because I don't remember, maybe y'all heard it, but I don't remember looking for an armored car. And I don't remember, I don't.
The idea may sound far-fetched, but in today's media landscape, stranger things have happened. Musk supporters argue that the show's hosts have gone too far, accusing them of spreading misinformation and engaging in personal attacks. On the other hand, The View's defenders see their critiques of Musk as a necessary check on his growing influence. The debate has become a microcosm of the larger cultural divide, with each side digging in its heels.
I don't care what it looks like. I don't remember asking for it. I don't know why I'm paying for it.
Yeah.
I want to know, when did I say, hey, we need another agency next to NASA?
Yeah.
So when did we start paying for his stuff?
You talk about SpaceX overseeing FAA?
No. He's going to be cutting.
Yeah.
NASA.
Yeah.
Adding to the drama, Musk took to X once again, this time posting a cryptic message that seemed to hint at his next move. "Accountability is coming," he wrote, followed by a rocket emoji. The post sent fans and critics alike into a frenzy, with many speculating about what Musk could be planning. Was it a legal battle, a public relations blitz, or something even more dramatic? Meanwhile, The View continued to tackle the controversy head-on, using their platform to amplify their criticisms of Musk. In one particularly fiery segment, Sunny Hostin questioned Musk's ethics, pointing to his massive government contracts and his role in shaping policy. How can we trust someone who benefits so much from the very system he claims to want to reform? Hostin asked, her tone sharp and uncompromising. The comment sparked a fresh wave of online debates, with Musk's defenders accusing Hostin of hypocrisy given her own recent legal troubles. As the feud raged on, it became clear that this wasn't just a battle between Musk and The View, it was a clash of ideologies, a fight for the soul of public discourse. On one side, you had Musk, the self-styled disruptor who thrives on breaking norms and challenging the status quo. On the other, you had The View, a show that has made its name by giving voice to diverse perspectives and holding powerful figures accountable. The stakes couldn't be higher. If Musk succeeds in his rumored efforts to shut down The View, it would send shockwaves through the media world, raising questions about the limits of power and influence in modern society. But if The View manages to weather the storm, it would be a triumph for free speech and the enduring power of television as a platform for debate and discussion. The story doesn't end here, of course. In fact, it's only just beginning. The feud between Musk and The View has become a cultural flashpoint, a battle that encapsulates the tensions of our time. And as the drama unfolds, one thing is certain: everyone is watching. What will Musk's next move be? Will The View continue to stand its ground, or will they be forced to back down? And most importantly, what does all of this mean for the rest of us caught in the crossfire of this high-stakes show? As the curtain falls on this chapter of the saga, the stage is set for even more twists and turns. The View isn't just facing criticism from Musk, they're also grappling with a series of other scandals and controversies that threaten to overshadow their feud with the tech mogul. From legal battles to public backlash, the show's hosts are no strangers to drama.
But if she didn't really know what was going on, right, which is what she's probably going to say later, I had no idea what my husband and his associates were doing. We'll wait and see what that is, but I think it's pretty freaking ironic.
The drama surrounding Elon Musk and The View might feel like the ultimate Hollywood showdown, but let's not forget, this isn't the first time The View has found itself neck-deep in controversy. In fact, Musk's feud with the fiery co-hosts is just the latest installment in a long line of scandals and conflicts that have kept this daytime talk show in the headlines for years. Whether it's their outspoken criticism of public figures, bitter clashes with political heavyweights, or even legal troubles spilling into the spotlight, the women of The View are no strangers to stirring the pot. And trust us, the pot has been boiling over for a while now.
Totally different perspective on this. I don't really know what happened with this. The facts will come out. What I have a problem with is the core of who this woman is. Unlike you, I don't watch The View, bro. All I do is see clips. I know you do.
It's like
twice
my favorite.
a day. Here's all I hear from her. America's violent. America's racist. America's bad. Okay.
Let's rewind a bit and look at one of their most heated rivalries. Donald Trump, and by extension, his inner circle of advisors and spokespeople. You'd think The View would run out of things to say about Trump by now, but nope, they've kept that flame alive. From his first campaign to his second presidency, the co-hosts have been relentless in their critiques, often turning their show into a battleground for political debate. Take, for instance, their recent comments about Caroline Leavitt, Trump's newly appointed press secretary and the youngest person ever to hold the role at just 27. You'd think they'd celebrate a young woman breaking barriers, right? Wrong. Joy Behar instead caused a firestorm by implying Leavitt only got the job because Trump considers her a 10. Behar's exact words? She's probably been put in there because, according to Donald Trump, she's a 10. You know that's what it is. That comment alone sent shockwaves through social media, with conservatives accusing Behar of blatant sexism and hypocrisy. The backlash was immediate, with commentators like Charlie Kirk and even former Trump staffers jumping to Leavitt's defense, calling Behar's remarks anti-woman and bitter.
Isn't it rich that The View is saying she got the job based on looks when DEI is all about based on looks?
But of course, The View didn't stop there. Whoopi Goldberg joined in, accusing Leavitt of benefiting from the very wokeness she criticized during her first press conference. Without that wokeness, Goldberg argued, you might not have that job. And just like that, what could have been a celebration of Leavitt's achievements turned into yet another polarizing episode of The View. It's almost like they have a checklist: criticize, provoke, and keep the headlines rolling.
No, it's not. So first of all, and I have had my objections to the job that Karine Jean-Pierre did, but she worked in politics for 21 years, 5 presidential campaigns, and worked in 2 administrations.
And speaking of headlines, how about Sunny Hostin's ongoing legal drama? If you thought the spat with Musk was messy, wait until you hear about this. Sunny's husband, Draw Emanuel Hostin, has been named in one of the largest RICO lawsuits ever filed in New York. The allegations: fraudulent billing and receiving kickbacks for medical procedures. According to the lawsuit, Draw Hostin, along with nearly 200 other defendants, engaged in practices that abused New York's no-fault insurance laws, billing millions in what American Transit Insurance claims were fraudulent charges. The lawsuit even alleges that Draw Hostin performed unnecessary surgeries and disguised the payments he received as dividends or other forms of compensation. Yikes.
It's been said. I mean, we know that, only about 31% of Americans trust our healthcare system. We have a terrible healthcare system. And, doctors suffer because of big corporations as well. Doctors that want to do good, like my husband, operates on someone even though they don't have insurance, and then has to sue health insurance companies to get paid for the work that he's been trained his whole life to do.
But Sunny isn't backing down. In a fiery statement, she accused American Transit of launching a smear campaign against her family, using her celebrity status to poison the well of public opinion. This is a desperate attempt by a near-bankrupt company to avoid paying what they owe, Sunny declared. And she didn't stop there. She announced plans to file a $5 million countersuit for defamation, claiming the reputational damage to her family is immeasurable. If there's one thing Sunny knows how to do, it's fight back, and she's bringing out the legal big guns to do it.
Anna went in a different direction, but I love the fact that, Manny is younger, and he's
How much younger is he?
Just a little bit.
He's like 1 year, isn't he?
Like a month or a year or 10 years or
5 years. It's more than a year. Anyway, it's not about...
Still, the timing of this lawsuit couldn't be worse for Sunny, especially as The View finds itself under increasing scrutiny. While she's been busy defending her husband, critics have pointed out the irony of her grilling public figures on ethical issues when her own family is embroiled in legal troubles. It's almost as if The View's co-hosts live in a constant state of do as I say, not as I do, and people are starting to take notice.
I think that it's very helpful that he's handy, and when we travel, I'm not picking up any bags. He's the one that's hefting them overhead. He throws the garbage out. Right. He does the heavy stuff.
And let's not forget their controversial takes on feminism. The View's hosts often position themselves as champions of women's rights, but their actions don't always match their words. Take their treatment of conservative women, for example, whether it's mocking Sarah Huckabee Sanders' appearance or dismissing Nikki Haley's political ambitions. The View has a habit of tearing down women who don't align with their ideology. This double standard hasn't gone unnoticed, with critics accusing the show of being more interested in pandering to its liberal audience than genuinely supporting women in leadership. One particularly glaring example came when Whoopi Goldberg dismissed Melania Trump's advocacy for reproductive rights as nothing more than a ploy to undermine her husband's campaign. She doesn't want to be First Lady anymore, Goldberg speculated, adding that Melania's stance was just another way to take him out. While the comment was meant to be tongue-in-cheek, it sparked a heated debate about whether The View's hosts are too quick to dismiss women they disagree with. For a show that prides itself on empowering women, moments like these paint a very different picture.
On that panel, she is self-appointed, she knows everything. It's great to see her ego take this hit, but I think it will be short-lived.
It's amazing to listen to her talk about.
But perhaps the most telling example of The View's controversial approach to feminism is their recent clash over President Trump's inauguration. While millions watched the historic event, Hostin and Navarro admitted they skipped it entirely, with Hostin choosing to watch college football instead. During the show, Hostin called Trump a DEI hire, accusing him of being unqualified for the role of president, and claiming he only got there because of his privilege. He's not a merit hire, she said. He's a didn't earn it hire. The comment drew sharp criticism, with viewers accusing Hostin of undermining her own credibility by making sweeping generalizations. It's moments like these that leave people wondering, is The View truly a platform for diverse perspectives, or just an echo chamber for its hosts' opinions?
Point. If she were a liberal, self-made millionaire migrant model who speaks 5 languages, she'd have her name on a federal building right now, no?
And the controversies don't end there. The View's hosts have also faced backlash for their inflammatory rhetoric, with some accusing them of contributing to the very divisiveness they claim to oppose. Whether it's likening political opponents to historical villains or making offhand comments that spark outrage, the co-hosts often find themselves at the center of public criticism. And while they've built a brand on being unapologetically opinionated, the question remains, at what cost? All of this, Musk's feud, Hostin's legal troubles, their treatment of conservative women, paints a picture of a show that thrives on controversy. And while that might make for compelling television, it also raises serious questions about The View's future. How long can they keep this up before the backlash becomes too much to handle? Will their audience continue to tune in, or will they eventually grow tired of the constant drama?
Wow. I'm a little bit in shock. I just always thought of myself as Puerto Rican, half Puerto Rican. I didn't think I was, my family was originally from Spain and slaveholders.
As the dust settles on their latest controversies, one thing is clear. The View isn't going anywhere quietly. Whether you love them or hate them, the co-hosts have a knack for staying in the spotlight, and they're not afraid to ruffle feathers to do it. But with Elon Musk breathing down their necks, Sunny Hostin fighting a legal battle, and critics calling out their double standards, the pressure is mounting. And who knows, the next scandal might be just around the corner. So what do you think? Are The View's hosts fearless truth tellers, or have they crossed the line? Will Elon Musk follow through on his cryptic promises, or is this just another chapter in the show's long history of controversy? Let us know your thoughts, because one thing's for sure, this story is far from over. And as always, stay tuned, because when it comes to The View, there's never a dull moment.